Hi, welcome once again to our mobile application development. And this time we're going to work with these widgets in our Flutter, particularly using the row, the columns, um, within the body of the widgets, of course, and using also the expanded one. And perhaps we will going to combine them all along with the use of our children properties along with our child property as of course as well, and some other properties that we're going to do some alignment values for this, such as padding, margins, color, and so right. So we can see also our given up bar widgets within our scaffold is also been mentioned there. So without further ado, we could start from scratch working on this development, right? So let's work with a new application, control shift P, and let's create a new project. This application will going to be saved somewhere here, my document, which is the flutter underscore dev, and I will name this one as flutter application 3, right? So okay, so while we are waiting for our source dart flutter creating templates, um, all the files are going to be worked along with our Flutter application 3 folder, and of course the library or the lib, which is where our main dart is, right? So there you go. So let's work straight from here by deleting all of these except for our import package there. So let's start with the main. uh, okay, void main, and with the use of our arrow function. So we are going to work with the run up root widget here, so that we could assign some constant within our material app widget, right? So let's just put some semicolon over here and we're good to go, right? So we can save this one, and there you go. So this time let's just put some property over here like a title, right? Assuming this some strings that will work with uh, mobile mobile dev app. Okay, so let's begin working with the home property, but we're gonna be working along with this home class later, right? So that we could work on our classes, and perhaps we could also debug so that our debug show checker banner will not be there by writing this one as false. Okay, so we're good, and just let's make our construction of STL Flutter stateless widget so that our home class will going to be created, and this placeholder will going to be changed into a scaffold. So just remove this constant there. So now to begin, we could start on our scaffold. Okay, so perhaps we wanted also the property of the up bar. I will just make it simple as a title and a text widget, uh, just showing the mobile mobile app dev, right? So we wanted to center this text with a boolean equals to true, right? And then perhaps we could also have mm, a color over here, probably a back color, which is equals to widgets of colors. Say, let's make it an amber. All right. So this time, let's go on to our body property, and this is where we will going to write most of our codes now. So to begin, we'll just start with the column widget, and this will going to be later to be add some expanded there, and within the expanded we're going to insert some widgets that will work with our container. Right. So over here, of course, we'll just write with the children, right? So that this will going to be later our um, will add on our containers within these children. So perhaps I will just add expanded here, right? So expanded widget, and okay, we will make this one as a child, and perhaps we will put some container over here, like a container of our text or anything else then. So we will going to populate this one, and perhaps we will just make probably some margin settings using the edge. um, Suppose edge all, maybe we'll make it 0 at the moment. Probably we'll make also a padding here, and this padding will going to be also edge inset, but it will going to be a method from left, top, right, and base. um, just for the record, we'll just make a padding, let's say a 30, right, for each one of these equivalent, right, 30, and this is 30 pixels, by the way. Right, so that we can see the difference of our margins. Say, for example, just make it 1 pixel. Okay, so probably I'll just make a color so that we could a background color. Okay, color will do. Okay, color, and the colors will be, say for example, I have already assigned the amber over there. So let's make let's say a cyan there, a cyan accent there. Okay, so we have extra comma there. So probably now we could make a child here, and within this child we will going to put some text over here. So like a text, a text that will appear our widget, like this is, oops, a string, and let's make this one as a container one. All right, so I think I'm good to this one. For the meantime, let me just copy this one, and just let's make a couple of probably a couple of expanded there over here, and I'll just make this one as container 2, and probably about this we'll just make this one as different color though. Let's say probably some accent, different accent there. So let's try color, um, probably like a green accent there, right? So we don't have yet the floater action here, but if you want it, we could add here later. Or probably I can just write it now so that you will see the floater action button over here. So with the floater action button widget, and let's make this one as an open argument, an empty argument for the meantime, with the JavaScript there, and perhaps I'll just make a back color for this one so that we could see also the difference of this with the colors, right, and maybe amber color. Let's put some intensity there, let's say 400. And another one is probably a text or a title. Oh no, it's supposed to be a text. Sorry, you have to put down this child, and the text widget will going to be there. Probably I'll just write it, click me, and that's it. Save this one, and let's try to run first for the first time our Flutter app using a terminal, and I'll just run it, the Flutter run over here straight away with the device connected, which is an Edge browser, right? So let's see how it looks, and we'll see the expanded, how it works basically. One thing missing there in our expanded is the flex. So we're gonna be working with a couple of flex over here in our expanded here, so that we can assign some sizes on it, right? So let's wait while it's executing, and later we're going to just execute this one as a hot reload, right? And let's see the output now. Okay. Let's just put this one here in the side, so that every time we do the hot reload, we can see straight away. Okay. So what we are expecting here is our up bar will be located on the top, of course, and basically, yeah, there you go, we're good. So now you're seeing our up bar there on the top, and it's already been rendered, right, with those property text and center and the color as well, the background color. And if you notice that in our body we have set as a column, right, which is a column will going to be in this too. So using an expanded, by default it's going to be an equal uh, sizes of this, and it's pretty much like a stretch, but this is not the main axis stretch. Later we will work on that one. Suppose you want it to, this container one will be a little bit size there and another here, or suppose if we wanted to have one container over there and second in the middle, and perhaps one more for the footer. So we can do that one by resizing this one using one of the property of our expanded. So the expanded is also capable of making a uh, flex property. There you go. Say for example, the container I want to set at 1 there, and probably the second expanded class here I will make it again a flex. This is like a flex grid or flex in our CSS and cascading style sheets as well. I'll make this one 5 example. Let's see the difference if I save this one, Control S, and then hot reload, press R, and you see that it's over there, right? So you are now seeing it in this manner, but of course you notice it's not pretty much a stretch. And by the way, our action floating action button is there, click me. And to do that one, basically we can work also with an axis alignment over here within within our column. So basically if I put some axis here, main alignment and main axis and cross axis alignment, and this is what we need. There will be also an equivalent widget for that, for the cross alignment, and that is dot stretch, I believe, right? So if I will save this one, Control S, you will see the difference now, that okay, hot reload, and it will be stretch. You can see that one, right? So pretty much stretch. So this time we might be needing another one here for the footer, right? But perhaps later within our container here we will insert another one here that will going to be a row, and I think we were going to split that one into 2, and say for example we have one more body here and one more footer there. So to do that one, of course, we have to work along with our um, body here, which is we are already here in the couple of uh, children here. So this time what we're going to do, if this is a column now, here from our expanded here, in the middle of this one, in the line 34, I will going to write a row here, right? A row, and a row widget will going to be, okay, with the comma over there, right? So we will assign this row widget, perhaps that it would be also with the children, right? Because we will make, say, three or depends, maybe 2 or 3 containers, so it depends. So we have to put that one as well again in the children, right? If that is in the children now, we can also work once again with an expanded. Say for example, we will be working with the same settings of this one, but um, with a different configuration. Say for example, I'll be working now with this expanded, but I will make this one number 2, right? I'll put this one in here, and I'm going to put here inside the children. So pretty much like this, right? So let's see only if we are having problem in the parenthesis. Of course, this one I do, right? Oops, one sec. So we have to be careful of working on our copy pasting, because this one is now another children that will be going to have another pretty much like a flex grid within this row. But perhaps I have one extra here. This should be a container, right? We have a container here, and I will make this one as, say for example, I will just change this one into 2, and let me change this one in a different color. Let's say dot let's say I have no color for the deep orange yet. Yes, so but we have some a little error over here. So the row is over there, so you will notice that our row is another closing, but it looks like we might be needing another one here. Say for example, if this is 2, okay, I'll make this one later 4 or 3, or maybe I will just add one more children for this. Say for example, let's put some children once again here, which is widget expanded over here, and then let's put over here, right? So this will going to be in the middle of our, in between our container 2. Okay, so there you go. But expanded, okay, so pretty much now we are having some errors here, but perhaps let's work on this error first. Okay, so this time we don't have any problem with the bottom here, but basically one sec. Okay, if I were going to delete it from default, right? There, the children is work on this one, so meaning I'll be working with a flex grid again here, a flex equivalent. Oh yeah, it wasn't allowing me here, so which means I might be needing straight here a child. Wait, because I'm in the children, so expanded should be also be there. Okay, and within this one, we will make another container here. So I think now this is good. Right, so I will put this one down here. Alright, if you're confusing now with some copy pasting, I rewrite it once again. And what I will do is I'll just copy the whole container settings out there, but without copying those parentheses. And let's paste it over here. And let's name this one as container 2. Okay, we'll just change the color of this, another color, so that we could identify, distinguish what is the next wireframe that we are working. Right, I think it's green. Right, this is 2, right? So let's put another one here as a container expanded over here. Okay, I will copy the expanded once again here, but I might be needing another comma here. Right, let's put some comma there and paste it over here. So okay, I'm not getting an error, so I'll make this one a container 3, right? And same settings on my margin paddings, and later the color, of course, we'll change it, right? So let's make this one color like indigo, right? But this will be 3 and this would be 4. Right, would be 4. Let's see how it looks first. Control S, and then hot reload, and there you go. See, look at this. You're now literally seeing this one as another container there, but it's by default the flex is, I believe, is 1 and 3. I believe so, but I don't know why it wasn't applied there. But let's see. Oh yeah, because our expanded, we did not assign a flex here. So if I will make a flex here, flex integer, let's say we'll make this one as 3, and the other one will be 6 example over here in the flex. Right, so example, this would be example 6. If I save this one and then hot reload, and there you go, you see that one, right? So perhaps maybe if you want only to put some probably some menu there or some hyperlinks or like for your routes, and probably if you want to add one more footer here, we can go uh, going back here on the bottom, we can create another one here for another expanded, right? So probably uh, I will copy this expanded here, and then this time we will make another one, but we will uh, reconfigure our flex here. Maybe I'll make it also number 1 here for the flex. This will going to be number 5 now, and perhaps what color I might be using this time. So probably I make another different color. Okay, probably black though, right? Hopefully we can see our text, but 1 minute. Uh, let's see another color. Probably probably gray, right? So if I save this one, remember our first flex on this container one is 1. The second is it came over here now with number 5. This is the one, and now we drop it into 1 here. This is a 5, this container 4. So if I had to reload, and there you go. So now you're seeing your wireframe is pretty stretched. Your container 1, container 2 is another row widgets, and inside the row widgets of that row is basically we added children here in line 36, and we use again expanded. So the beauty of expanded, it's already expanded in with regards to its cross alignment settings. By the way, if you remember, we did the cross alignments settings widgets as a stretch from the first column widget, because if this is not there, so this is what happen. Let's disable it at the moment, and there you go. This is what will happen. Expanded by default, the column widget from that body in line 22 is already expanded, basically this one, right? Without an expanded, we just only use the column. This will not stretch over there. So in relatively with the use of expanded widget, the column is stretched, so we already have flex equivalent there. So we make this one, I think 1, this is 5, and then this one for container 5. So by default, when we also make a row, since we use already expanded, it will also be stretching there. We can still add one more within that expanded widget if you want to add one more there. Maybe an icon, or maybe probably some menu over there, right? Or some navigation, right? But it's also by default it is expanded. But without an expanded widget, if you only use a purely row and along with the container, this will not be stretched there, right? But within these settings, we still needs to apply the column cross alignment settings. Basically, we have a main axis alignment settings, and the other one is for cross alignment. This is relatively based on the x and y axis. So that's the reason why when we use this one with the stretch equivalent, this will be looks like. Okay, so we will move on to another topic. By next video, we're going to work with more dynamic using useful states now. But this time, most of our activity here is pretty much using a stateless widgets. By the way, this is just only for wireframing. In reality, of course, sometimes we don't put some um, colors at the background. We just only make a wireframe. We can now include some images there along with the text and so. Alright, so thank you very much and we'll see you again to my next video.